Melbourne charities are reporting a steady rise in the number of low-paid workers who need help to meet living costs and feed their families. A new report on a group of cleaners has found many are struggling despite working full-time, as Stephanie March reports.
It's very tiring. By the time you come home from night, you just want to sit down, relax and forget about everything.
As a shopping centre cleaner, Jackie Petts walks 13 kilometres a day cleaning bathrooms and food courts. She works full-time, but she finds the $559 she takes home each week after tax is not enough to cover her mortgage and living expenses.
My daughter pays power, gas, water, phone, whatever else has to be paid, she does.
Her daughter's engaged, but has delayed getting married to stay home and help her mum pay the bills.
It's pretty bad when you have to rely on your kids to keep you going. It's very bad, I think.
Jackie Petts is not alone in her struggle to make ends meet. Jamal Babaka has worked as a full-time cleaner for more than 10 years. He earns between $600 and $700 a week. For him, owning a home or even moving out of his government flat is an impossible dream.
And I can't offer a house. I dream. Like my king said, I had a dream too. But no way.
The 55-year-old used to try to work as much overtime as possible and get weekend shifts which attract penalty rates to boost his income. Despite those efforts, he too relies on financial help from his daughter to pay the bills.
It is worrying me much, really, for many reasons. I want to security my income, I want more income, I want to security my future, because I am 55 years old. If I lost my job tomorrow, it is very hard to get another job.
A new study by Uniting Care and the union that represents cleaners, United Voice, interviewed 380 shopping centre cleaning staff. It found that more than half of those surveyed have problems paying bills and managing debts.
There's the obvious need for increases in pay. There's also the need for community awareness of so many of these hidden occupations, so that we can advocate for change.
The base award wage for cleaners is $629 a week before tax. According to the Bureau of Statistics, the average Australian's income is $814 a week. Workers in the childcare and retail sector are also paid below the average. The flow-on effects of low wages and higher living costs are being felt by charities across the state.
Over the last 5 years, we've seen a steady growth in the number of men and women who are turning to charities for food relief, and that growth's really been in the number of working poor people. Kelly, we've just been offered half a pallet of creme fraiche. Have we got space?
Marcus Godinho runs Fair Share, a group that takes the food supermarkets plan to throw out and passes it on to charities to distribute to people who are struggling. He says many of the working people that rely on the charities he supplies are constantly on the brink of financial collapse.
We hear a number of stories of families that just try week after week to keep going and then eventually have to turn to charities for relief. It's really hard for them to accept that they haven't been able to provide for their families.
At this emergency relief centre in Fitzroy, people who are struggling can collect food parcels to feed them and their families. Ian Wallbridge says he sees workers whose incomes are so stretched that unforeseen or one-off costs can push them over the edge.
The workers, an observation would be that they only come when they're desperate, and that would be maybe every couple of years we would see them, and it's only when they need that help for a short period to get over the stumbling block that they're facing at the moment.
We understand things are very tough in the broader Australian economy. Things are tough for businesses too.
Employer groups say the high Australian dollar and low business and consumer confidence mean employers are not in a position to boost wages.
We are seeing, I suppose, the end of what was a false dawn in 2010 and early 2011 in terms of employers starting to hire after the GFC. unemployment is starting to tick upwards again as a result of low business and consumer confidence.
The company that employs Jackie Petts and Jamal Barbaker recorded a profit of almost $43 million for the last financial year, slightly less than the year before. That won't help either of the cleaners, who'll continue to rely on their children for help.
I wouldn't never survive by myself. I'd lose everything. House, car, the lot.